Howdy, all my lovely elephants. How are you guys doing today? Man, it's been a minute since I even made a video because I have been busy. But that is not the point of why we're here today. The point of why we're here today is because we are here to talk about the big three. Yes, I'm talking about anime big three: Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Now, I heard a lot of controversies about it, but here is my opinions about the big three because it seems like everyone does not like the big three, but I'm going to explain why that's kind of redundant. So, boom, right? Back in the day, everyone used to love Naruto without the hate. Everyone used to love Bleach without the hate, and everyone used to love One Piece without the hate. But I noticed as over time, anime has become more open to the public. It just seems like both of those, or all three of those animes, are getting hate for no reason. Like, the reasons doesn't even make sense because of the history between those three animes. So, I'm going to explain something. One Piece, the thing that everyone used to say is that it's really too long. I cannot sit down and watch it. My attention span is too short. I get it. And we all understood it back then. So no one really forced anyone to watch One Piece. But I'm going to return to One Piece because it does become a factor later. Like way later in this conversation. Now we're going to go straight to Bleach. Bleach, in the beginning, everyone was fucking with it. But then sooner or later, everyone just kind of looked at Bleach like it's the third son. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one really talking about Bleach either. So it really didn't do anything. I mean, it did stuff, but that's also later. Now, Naruto, the main big dog of the big three at the moment. First episode was amazing. First couple of arcs was amazing. Everyone loved each and every single one of those arcs and what they had contained in them. Now, over time, each of those animes had their peak moments. Bleach had their peak moments. One Piece had their peak moments. All three of them had peak moments, which means all three of them had peak sales around the exact same time. Every time a sale goes up and you see Naruto, what's right behind it? Bleach. What's right behind it? One Piece. It was always there. That's why we even called them the big three to begin with, because these are the three animes that really just said, "Ayo, let's bring more animes to America." I think they really fucking with it, type of thing, right? But it just seems like now everyone hates those three. Out of every anime that has ever came out, everyone hates those three. Now, there has been different arguments between this. Hunter x Hunter could have been in the big three. I'm going to briefly explain why that's wrong. Hunter x Hunter would never be in the big three, even if it continued. Because think about the time that it came out. Think about the year that it came out. That shit came out in the fucking 90s. What makes you think that shit would have been accepted, like, in the big three? If anything, if I would have been higher than the big three, I'll give it that more than it'll join, it will replace Bleach, because Bleach isn't that good to me, or it could replace Naruto because Naruto's that good to me. But think about it, right? Hunter x Hunter was good even when it was coming out. But no one ever said put it in the big three. That was just its own separate goated manga. And I will say it's goated because it was good. Like, when I first read it, when it came out, that shit was amazing. Like, the storytelling, the world building, the power system, amazing. All amazing. Everything just sounds so balanced. But just because you don't like any of those animes in the big three doesn't mean that another anime is going to replace it. Another main one that people try to get misconstructed is Dragon Ball being in the big three. That just doesn't make any sense. I'll explain why that one is just like fucking ridiculous. I don't want to sound like one of those people, but I'm going to be one of those people. Dragon Ball is the main reason why the big three is even a big three. Like, all those mangakas have inspirations from Dragon Ball. Like, they all have inspiration from Dragon Ball. Is it heavy? No. But is it noticeable? Yes. But is it like to the point where you gotta say, "Oh my god, Dragon Ball made the big three"? You're stating the fucking obvious. You mean they got all inspired by Dragon Ball? I'm pretty sure every mangaka has been inspired by Dragon Ball. It's just impossible to hear somebody say they don't know what Dragon Ball is. I did not watch Dragon Ball. I did not get inspired by Dragon Ball. There are some mangakas that just probably didn't watch it or probably didn't like it genuinely, right? Without any like hate towards it. But this is where the fans come in. Now I'm going to bring the fans in. It all comes together. You're going to see why it all comes together. The fans of these fandoms that want these other mangas to be in the big three are the same fans that either A, did not watch all of them, 2, they're just going off of power levels because everyone likes to scale nowadays, or 3, they just really just want to be a troll and think that they're funny, but they're really not, and they're just causing more warfare than peace. Now, I'll say this. If we're talking about sales, because this is another thing people like to say, if we're talking about sales, One Piece outdid Naruto and Bleach. It's a blatant fact. You can't deny it. You can't hate it. They just literally outsold Naruto and Bleach. Now, if you're talking about enjoyment, that's an opinion. If you're talking about plot, that's an opinion. If you're talking about characters, that's an opinion. I don't think a lot of people know the difference between an opinion and a fact. If you literally say that One Piece has no sales, or they just don't have anything when it comes to sales, you will be blatantly fucking wrong, because there is actually proof of that. But if you say that Bleach is more enjoyable than One Piece, how the fuck are you actually getting mad at that? Like, you're generally getting mad to where you're saying that I wish you died. Like, that shit just doesn't make any sense. That shit is actually kind of stupid, and it just shows the toxic of this community. I don't want to say it's that bad, but you guys are literally proving to everyone that it's that bad, and that's the sad thing. I don't want it to be that bad. I don't think anyone that enjoys anime want it to be that bad. But when you got power scalers, people that just hate, you got them little trolls, you got all of them. I ain't talking about the trolls that make it funny. I'm talking about the trolls that be like kids, and they really just troll just different communities. When you got people like that, when I say it makes everyone around look like just fucking sad and you know, it's just not good. When I say that shit is not good at all, it's really not. And I understand when you're trying to be like funny or something like that. That's different if you're trying to be funny. But if you're actually being like genuine about it, it just makes you look like a terrible person. It just makes you look like you're not giving it any chance at all. Like, I'm gonna put myself in this situation, right? But it had nothing to do with the big three. I'm gonna talk about the anime that I just generally don't like. I personally do not like Black Clover. To be honest, I kind of hate Black Clover. I'm not gonna lie. But here's my thing with Black Clover and the big three. I actually watched Black Clover. I caught up in the manga of Black Clover. Am I going to say it's hot garbage? No, it's not hot. Damn, my English. It's not hot garbage. But it's not to my standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, even back then, as much as I love Naruto, it wasn't my top 10, it wasn't my top 5, but it was good to where I could say, yo, I'm gonna recommend this to somebody. But Black Clover, I would recommend it if you just want a simple story, you know what I'm saying, kind of some action, funny moments. Yes, I will say Black Clover. But to me, if you ask me, do I genuinely like Black Clover, I will say no, but I'm not going to sit here and bash Black Clover unless I'm being funny. Now, some people might take that serious. Some people might call me a hypocrite. But here's the difference. I'm not out here saying Black Clover's trash. I'm not out here blatantly saying Asta's a bad MC. I'm not saying this at all. I'm not out here just dissing the anime. I wouldn't just normally diss an anime unless someone's generally asking me my opinions about the anime. That's the only time that I will diss the anime. Any other time, I will just let people watch the anime because they want to watch it. Yes, I may not have the best opinions on it, but I'm not going to be out here bashing you for watching the anime like My Hero. I am not a fan or a huge fan of My Hero, but I see the art style and I see the arcs. Like, I don't mind getting spoiled for like newer gen animes because it really doesn't bother me. But when I see something like that, I just sit there and I'm like, yo, this manga actually looks pretty goddamn good. This is actually amazing. I'm actually glad you guys are getting good arcs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you guys are actually eating. Other people will literally look at you and call you, hey man, he watches My Hero. I bet he wanna fuck some damn 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. Ew, pedophile. It's not the anime, it's not the mangakas, it's not none of them. It's the fans that these animes be having. Sometimes they just straight up toxic. Sometimes they don't give a shit. They just want to bash your anime to bash your anime. Sometimes they may not even have a valid reason on why they want to attack your anime. They just attack your anime. And that's just the community as a whole. That's not even just me like picking out like, oh, they do it and they do it and they do it. Everybody does that. And it's crazy how everybody does that, because you would think not everybody does that, but it's like bigger than what you think. And that's all I just want to say about the anime community and just the big three conversation. Hunter x Hunter is not in the big three for a reason, but we're not ever calling it trash. If you call it trash, I understand you're probably saying this because it's not complete, or you're probably saying it because you didn't read it. But me, since I love Togashi's work, alright, you know what I'm saying, I love Yu Yu Hakusho, so I automatically fell in love with Hunter x Hunter. But Hunter x Hunter does not deserve to be in the big three. It's a reason why it's not there. And Dragon Ball, we all know Dragon Ball is like one of the main reasons why anime got accepted into America, thus creating the big three in America: Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Now, we're not saying that it's all bad, or we're not saying that they need to get their flowers, but when it comes to facts, you spit the facts and you just don't deny it. When it comes to opinions, you guys have to understand that an opinion is not something to get attacked over to the point you're just sitting death threats. It's okay if you don't agree with the opinions. It's like politics. You know how you don't agree with politics at times, but you just like sometimes agree with it. That's literally a valid argument. But when you try to kill somebody over an argument or an opinion, it just makes you look sad, and it makes the community of what you're on looks even worse, because now everyone thinks that everyone in the community does the exact same thing. And I don't think everyone does the exact same thing, but that's just how they're all looked at. It's like we're all one joint. When one person does something and the other person that's not a part of a season, now they think there's more of that same person in the same group, and that's not how it works. But people think like that because you are literally a part of the main face of what you're presenting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to present it. And that's all I gotta say about that, man. It's just insane. It's just a topic that really needs to be more talked about. I think people talk about it, but just not enough to where it's like a reasonable explanation. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I have to say. Subscribe if you want more, and comment if you think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to know y'all opinions on this, because this is just a big topic, and I would love to see what other people got to say. And that's about all I have to say, and I will see you guys in the afterlife. Bye. I love doing that.